Welcome back in our continuing series, The Morning Blend Gives Back with Bank 5-9. All year, we've been highlighting small local charities doing good right here in our community. One of those is the Women's Center in Waukesha. The executive director, Angela Mancuso, joins us now along with Becky Miller from Bank 5-9. Hi, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's so great to see both of you. I'm excited to have you both joining us. And Angela, we've had you here on the yellow couch talking to us a few times before, but tell people who maybe aren't familiar with the mission of the Women's Center what you do.
Sure. So we work with adult and child survivors of domestic violence, child abuse, sexual assault, and human trafficking. And we are located in Waukesha, but we will work with survivors from basically all of Wisconsin, primarily the greater Milwaukee area.
Why do you think it's important to have Domestic Violence Awareness Month? Because I think many people feel it's hugely removed from their own personal existence.
Right, and that's a giant myth about domestic violence. I mean, it's important to raise the awareness and talk about it because it is absolutely so prevalent. I mean, everybody knows someone who has been impacted or affected by domestic violence and abuse. Everyone. It's statistically implausible that someone does not. I mean, when we're looking at, 1 in 4 women, 1 in 7 men, just as 2 examples, I mean, that's how prevalent it is. And, in these last couple of months with COVID-19, there has been a spike. So it's an opportunity to talk about the issue, to honor the lives of survivors, and also the work that advocates do in the field.
How important is it, do you think, to discern that it's not just physical violence that is included in the term domestic violence?
Right. That's a great point. I mean, domestic abuse really does encompass verbal abuse, emotional abuse, financial abuse, sexual assault as well. So it's not just the physical battering that people commonly think of.
I have to ask you quick, Angela, because I want to bring Becky in too, but I also am so interested to know if things have gotten noticeably worse with the pandemic and the stress and people being at home more.
Right. Well, it has. I mean, there's actually been a decrease nationwide, really, in people calling out to hotlines. Certainly during March, April, May, with the orders lifted and restrictions lifted, and people are moving around a little bit. But there's still a lot of people they might be working from home. They might be their children might be doing virtual classroom, and they might be unemployed. So there's still less opportunity to reach out for help for someone who's struggling. And also for relationships, that were already stressed and were already, let's say, violent or abusive before the pandemic, that just exacerbated the situation even more. So we're starting to see a lot more calls to our hotline. However, we've had to adjust a lot of our programs, our shelter, for example, for proper social distancing. So our hotline has seen pretty much our standard numbers, but our other programs, we have seen a little bit less, and that's very concerning for us, obviously, as well. So really, we just want people to know that help is always available through our 24-hour hotline, always.
And exactly why this month is so important to increase awareness. Becky, why did Bank 5-9 feel that the Women's Center is an important organization that's local, that's in our community, that it's important to recognize and know more about the work that they do?
The mission at Bank 5-9 is to make lives better, and the Women's Center has been a great friend of Bank 5-9 over the years. We've done sponsorships of their annual fundraising events in the past. We've had the opportunity to speak with Angela on several occasions, and the Women's Center is one of those organizations that you wish didn't have to exist, but you're sure glad that they're there for people who need those services and need those kinds of protections and the help from people who the Women's Center supplies. So it's really important to have an organization like the Women's Center. And we at Bank 5-9 are just so thrilled that we could be here today to talk with you and the Women's Center about their important causes. And with October being Domestic Violence Awareness Month, it's just perfect timing to feature this organization on our program.
It's wonderful. I'm so glad you're supporting them, Becky, because we've had them on the show. We've talked about these issues, but it's so wonderful that you're supporting them also because they're a small local organization that needs our help.
That's right. And, usually with our program, The Morning Blend Gives Back with Bank 5-9, we are always pleased to give our kind of winning charities $1,000 plus this time on The Morning Blend. But because October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and because of, kind of COVID is making everything a little more challenging for nonprofits, Bank 5-9 is really excited to announce that this month for the Women's Center, we are going to up our donation to $2,000.
Yay!
Hey,
That's
thank you so
awesome.
much.
That's fantastic. I'm so happy to hear that.
Me too.
Yes,
We appreciate that.
welcome. We are just, we love the work that you do, and we're proud supporters of your organization, and we're thrilled to be able to do this for you.
It's wonderful. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Becky. Thank you, Angela.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That's so cool that you doubled the amount you're giving them. I want to make sure that people know about a way to sign up online to receive the Women's Center virtual toolkit. You just go to twcwaukesha.org. They will email you information about domestic violence, resources, custom social media, different texts and things that you can take advantage of with that virtual toolkit. And if you know about a local charity doing good in the community, like the Women's Center, all you have to do is nominate them by going to themorningblend.com/givesback to do that. All right.